Hey Raiders, welcome back to another live arena battle video. This video will feature 29 fights and 21 wins. So I did win a lot, and there was a point where I think I lost 5 out of 6. And then I kind of recovered. So I'll face a platinum finisher, Dindon Danon. And he goes Harima first. I will go Warlord Wukong. He'll go Duchess Taurus. I'll go the Queen and King. See who he finishes off with. He'll go with Mithrala and Arbiter. I kind of don't want Mithrala's Hex, but I'm not going to ban her. I'll finish off with Goffred. And I'll probably ban the Duchess, because I think they're going to ban the Narses. They actually banned the Ancora, which is interesting. It looked like they were loading up to ban the Narses, but they banned the Ancora. So we'll get going. They'll obviously go first. They have the Arbiter. They're going to put up the Hex on 2 of us. I'll increase their cooldowns. Get Petrified on Wukong. Go for actually buff up a little bit. Kill the Arbiter without triggering Petrification, so that was helpful. See who Taurus goes for. And he goes for Warlord. If he can take out the Warlord, then he won't be able to put you on cooldown again. See what Harima does. She goes for the Goffred. So then I heal up, put up block debuffs. Oh, and now I'm good because he put up the shield strengthen and I can finish him off. So there we go. So I did this over several sessions, over 2 days. And I get Brian. Brian's going to go with a 6-star sheep on Sifi. I'm going to go with Warlord Wukong. They're going to go with Arbiter and Leorius. So this team composition that I'm using, I don't vary that much from it. And it gets me a lot of wins. It also did get me the losing 5 out of 6 later on, but it is giving me an overwhelming number of wins. I've won 36 out of 38, or 36 out of 48 over the last 4 days by doing this team composition. So it's very successful, really trying to push to the end of Gold 2, make it to Gold 3 before Armanz gets so widespread in Live Arena, because I think Live Arena is going to become unfun for me. So here I ban the Yumiko, go with Speed, a couple damagers. They're going to ban my Warlord, so they're going to leave the couple that I've got, and that means they leave the Wukong. I have such a variety of champions, it's really hard to pick the right one to ban. They don't all have great synergy, like I don't have anybody to buff Wukong's attack, so he relies on stealing it. So there goes the trigger of Goffred's passive, and Narses is gone, and I'll bring him back, buff up a little bit, and they're going after my Ancora, and then going after the Wukong. Can't sleep the Narses. Go after the Arbiter and not quite get her. But I'm pretty low. I may not come out with the win on this one, but we'll see. Can I get the stun down? So Leorius does not have, I think, his A2 on cooldown. And he may be able to finish this off here with low damage. Oh, he did have it. So then I get disconnected, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to lose this one anyway. And Cora's almost dead. But we'll just see what happens. I do get reconnected. Wukong pops right back up, and Cora had timed out on her A1. And then I'm able to take out all but Sifi. She brings back the Arbiter, who revives everyone. I'll get a turn. Go ahead and bring back Narses, but all I need is Wukong right here. And they're done. So Wukong can make a close fight or a fight that you look like you're out of. You come right back and win it. And that happens multiple times. So winning 21 out of 29 fights over these 2 days, I deserve to win the ones to lose the ones I lost. I didn't. By no means should I be dominating everybody and winning almost every match. It's kind of odd when I see these long win streaks, but it does mean that my team is solid. So they're going to go Sifi Harima. I go Wukong Warlord Narses. They're going to go with Taurus and Yumiko. I'll go with Ancora and Goffred. They'll ban the Warlord. I'll ban the Yumiko. They finished off with Cardiel. So we'll get started, of course. Sifi will buff up. They'll go after Ancora, but she has 3 times reaction accessories, so she's not often going to die to that. I do die once or twice. Occasionally, like a Rhodos might lead off against her and get through. But it's not very often. And with an ally attack, it's even much less often. Go for the big hit, don't quite get Sifi. And they get the revive on death, but I'm able to double kill the Sifi. And now I'm just looking at Harima and then Taurus. Harima's gone, and he'll leave the battle. So I am going to show my Narses build pretty soon, so then I get Deadly Poo, and I think this one is going to be a loss. So he is just into Gold 2. He'll go Sifi first, and I will go Warlord and Wukong. Seems benign enough to me. And then he will go Taurus and Yumiko, so that's a pretty big 3 right there. I will go the new duo. And he'll finish off with Suzhen, and I'll just call her Susan, and, whatever that guy's name is, Siegfrund, there we go. And I finish off with my guy, Goffred. Siegfrund is getting a lot more popular. I fought him a lot over the last 4 days. Since that buff to him, he is getting really popular. He is a direct counter to Wukong because he's not easily sheeped. So you don't want to target him for sheep because it's unreliable. And he's hard to kill. There's a later fight I do where, and that's his kill. That added 50% ignore defense. He is just brutal. There's a later fight I do where I don't think that where I trigger his passive, and then it's down to him and someone else, and then I think I'm going to kill him, and I trigger his passive again. So we get back into it, and this guy will go Wukong, and then I go Warlord and Sifi, and then he'll go Mikage and Shuzen. Fortunately, my team is pretty good against Shuzen. Kind of a wild card on Mikage. If I get Wukong is going to avoid her stun a third of the time, so that's nice. The buff strip, it's still going to be 50-50 on the Stone Skin people because Goffred's not strong affinity, but with Lightning Cage on Errol, that'll do okay. 3 out of 4 times he'll avoid the strip. So I'm going to finish with Ramontu as they go 2 really tough nukers on top of Georgid. I would have liked to have banned Mikage, but Wukong is also pretty tough. If he goes first, he could really mess me up. So I got Warlord in there. And I also have Goffred, so nobody's going to get killed right off the bat. And they are all in Stone Skin. So put them on cooldown, put out the stun, and then I finish them off really quickly with Ramontu and Errol. So that worked out pretty well. Quad Stone Skin and having Goffred in there is great against the Shuzen Georgid combo. So then I get Thor, who goes with Sifi first, and then I go with Warlord Wukong. So then he'll go Arbiter and Harima, and I'll go the Queen and King. So we'll see what he finishes off with, and it's 2 Block Revive champions, Inithwe and Foley. So I'll finish up with Goffred and ban the Sifi, they'll ban the Narses, and I'm not worried about those Block Revive as long as I can strike fast. Nobody's going to take out Wukong, nobody's reasonably going to take out Narses either. Okay, so trigger the Goffred passive there. Strip kill the Inithwe, put up the stuns. Arbiter is on cooldown, so can't bring anybody back. Foley almost got the Wukong before he Staff of Wondered everyone. So that was a great Goffred showcase right there. So I'll get back into it. Goffred has just been so huge. I had wanted, when I first made it to Gold 2, to use him instead of Nekret, and I just couldn't. I needed Nekret's his passive. and his protection. So I get a pumpkin. I go with Wukong, they go with Siphi Duchess, so I will go Warlord and the King. Notice I did get the first level Awakening on the King, and I put Polymorph on him. So I'm going to go the Queen and then Goffred. I put Polymorph because I have about 170 accuracy inadvertently, so that's enough for a lot of these damage champions. So I'm going to ban the Duchess, and they're going to ban the Wukong. So we get started, and I will go first and put him on cooldown, and nobody resisted. So Cantrifon is good at fighting through cooldowns. With Narcisse, I tried to do the big double hit and couldn't take anybody out. I would have gotten Cantrifon, but he had Swift Parry. So sleep on my Warlord. Take out the Cantrifon. Try to go for the Harima. But if Siphi uses her sleep on Warlord even once, she'll get back around to her revive. But I get the stun there, so that was huge. Use that again, and everybody's gone except Siphi. She should get a chance to revive, unless I just kill her, and I did. And that's why I have Goffred in somewhat of a damage build. So here's my White King Narcisse, now that I have that first level Awakening. So he has almost 102,000 HP, 221 speed, 246 crit damage, and you see the 177 accuracy. And he's got decent defense at 3714, and I do have him in 2 pieces of reaction, which I wish I had him in 3, but I don't have a third piece that has crit damage or even defense in Knight's Revenant. But I do have enough to have Ancora in some defensive pieces that are Knight's Revenant in all 3. So I get Kaboom. He'll go with Arbiter first, so clearly going speed. I'll go Warlord Wukong. He will go Harima and Baron. So then I'm going to go Goffred Siphi. So we have triple Stone Skin right there. Then he's going to go Speed Morrigan, and he's going to go Ramontu. I'm going to ban the Ramontu because I don't like the strips. He's going to ban the Siphi because he doesn't like me reviving. I'm going to finish off with another Stone Skin Damager. So it's just Wukong there. Trigger the Goffred passive, which Sky Piercer hits through, but then I can put him on cooldown. So as soon as Arrow gets a shot, he finishes him off except Arbiter. Arbiter doesn't have anything, and he leaves the battle. So pretty strong win there. And that was just Stone Skin against a speed team. So I get Saturator, who's pretty close to where I am, just below me. He'll get first pick. And he will go Siphi. So I will go Warlord Wukong. He will go Marichka and Lady Mikage. So I will go the duo. And he's going to go +4 Rhonda and Rotos. So when they do +4 Rhonda, I often don't have a good answer to that. I'm going to ban the Siphi. They're going to ban the Ancora. They don't want me to revive at all. Alright, I will put them on cooldown, and everyone took it. So that means Metamorph and the stun. Weak hit on Wukong, so he was able to strip. And now I've got Warlord out of there, and their other damage. And this is really frustrating. This right here with the Marichka Ally Attack Sleep. That's crazy good. And then heal up the Mikage. Like, this two could almost just solo me. But I'm going to sheep the Mikage. She comes back out of sheep. Try to take her out, and I do. So now, it's funny, Harima's going to kill the Wukong, which is funny because that brings him back full health. Why do that? So now I just got to work down the Marichka and hope that I'm at the right spot on somebody's cooldown, or somebody's turn meter. And I am. I can stun there. Lady Mikage's able to get a turn, but can't do much. Finish him off, and that was a good win. So, realistically, that one, Goffred probably was what turned the tide for me. But also the Stone Skins. So I get Dragoon, who's mid-gold 2. He'll go with Siphi. I'll go Warlord Wukong. So Mikage and the King. And I will go Goffred. Trying to think who I want when they are using the king as my... So I'm going to go with another damager who looks like a support, Ramontu. But it's hard to pick my support, and then I'm going to go with another damager. So I'm just loading up damagers here. I'm actually going 4 damagers. Now, then I decided to go Duchess and ban the Narcies. But I think I end up losing this one because the reset is what gets me. So we get into it, and I didn't realize I did have Elva ready, so Elva might have been okay. But she's not in reaction, and she's not in bolster, she's not in stone skin, she's not in anything really. Of course, bolster would be bad, as they're kind of just destroying me here. I'm still hoping I'm going to be able to do something. And that's pretty good, but see if he's going to bring back the Leorius, and I'm going to hit him and he's going to counterattack me. So that didn't work out very well, and I take the loss. So then I will get you, Topek. I'll pick Wukong first. I never feel good about picking Wukong first lately. Then he goes UDK and Arbiter, but it turns out well. Because if they go with Warlord next, then I could be in trouble. So then this one's going to go with a Siegfrund and a Rhonda. I will go with the Goffred. The king will counter Siegfrund. So maybe going with the king when I see Siegfrund, because a lot of people are using Siegfrund now since his buff. I'm going to ban him here, though. I think I'm about 50-50 on beating him since the buff, but I think as people get used to using him more, that number may go down or it may go up. They ban the Sifi, so I have triple Stone Skin and Wukong. Arbiter will go first into the Elva, who will buff, and then cooldown, and I got them all. Strip, attack, and that Elva is pretty tough. And I made a mistake there. I should not have used the A3, I should have just gone straight for the A2, because everybody other than UDK would have been gone. And so what I did was, I risked being able to lose this fight, but ultimately I just extended out the fight. I'm trying to get back to Errol, and there he does the double hit, but because Elva was able to heal up, she's still alive. I finish her off there, though. So now all I gotta do is beat the UDK, which he's gonna make me fight this out. And it's over. So big win there. Wish I hadn't made that mistake, though. Mistakes can be costly. A mistake like that can pretty much ruin your day. Well, not your day, but your battle. I go Wukong, they go UDK and Arbiter. I go Warlord and Sifi. They'll go Duchess and +2 Rhodos, the +2 Duchess as well. And then I'm going to go Narcies, and I'm going to go Goffred. So you don't need Ancora. And in many cases, I'd rather have Goffred. I do really like the cooldown reduction from Ancora. They're going to ban the Warlord. I'm going to ban the Hefrak. Hefrak sometimes just, at this level, he tends to bite me too much. Before I got to Gold 2, Hefrak was never an issue. So, strip attack after Rhodos got stunned. Go for the big hit. Duchess is still there. And she brings him back. And everybody's gone except Rhodos. But it does get scary. But I'm able to control him, and he leaves the battle. Go into the next one. That's the thing, is if Sifi's not there, Goffred's passive, and Goffred in general, can control Rhodos pretty well. So I get Sweaty Gamer, who goes Wukong first. I go Warlord and Sifi. See who he goes with next. And that will be Kymar and Duchess. So I'm going to go the Queen and King. Picking the King often forces them to ban the King and leave the Warlord. My Warlord is a little low on accuracy. I'm not going to tell you how much he has, but he's a little low on accuracy to be in Stone Skin. And sometimes that will cost me. They'll go Mithrala and Harima. So they got resets. I'm going to ban the Wukong. The stripping of Stone Skin is what really will get me. They're going to ban the Warlord, so that's fine, because I don't have to worry about Kymar strip sleeping him now. So this is where having the +4 Stultus is really helpful, because when they go Wukong and I can ban the Wukong, Stultus really enables me to do alright, especially if the king gets banned. So I'm going to cleanse off that Hex. Just A1 right now, because I can't do anything. Do I want to use the A2? I'm going to use the A... I meant to use the A1, but I ended up using the A3 into Duchess's Stone Skin, so that was kind of a waste. So they do the reset, trying to lower Ancora's defense. Going to use the A3 from Stultus, and still just the A1 from Narses. And there we go. So we get slept again, so that's unfortunate. And I don't have the cleanse this time. We're all pretty low. I might not actually win this one. I kill the Kymar, who's brought right back, and then I try to finish him, but I just don't have enough damage. That had shields, and I just didn't have enough damage. Ancora's gone, and I think I'm going to lose this fight. Sleep the Duchess. Big hit. Duchess has a chance, although Harima is stunned. I can block revive on the Harima, and I think I got it. So I did pull this one out. Cleanse again, do the big hit. Now it's just about taking out Duchess. Duchess can bring back the Kymar, but there's no bringing back Harima. So he'll leave the battle, and I'll get the win. So I get a level 85 Kestrel, who's mid-cold too. I'll go Wukong. Duchess and Yumiko with 6-star Polymorph. I accidentally go Georgid here instead of the king. I misclicked, and I lose this one because Georgid can't match up against Siegfrund. The king can, but Georgid cannot. So I basically lose this one. Unless I had gone with 2 support, and I went Goffred. He could have maybe saved me, but yeah, messing that one up. I'm going to ban the Yumiko. If I'd gotten Narses, who knows what they would have done. They might have had to ban the Narses and left the Wukong. But I am able to get them on cooldown. It's just, I don't have much of a shot here. So what I'm going to try for is triggers passive, and I do. He's going to kill me, and when I get brought back, I want to I'll have everything off cooldown, and I'm going to try and kill him again. But my Georgid isn't ready. My Georgid doesn't have a 2-star attack, and I'm not really happy with his, or 2-star, I don't have the attack bonus. So I'm not really happy with his build, and there I wasn't able to finish him off. So Georgid I'm not using, because like I said, I'm just not happy with his build, and he was an accident here, and I'm just waiting to get destroyed. That Siegfrund, once he's unleashed off of cooldowns, he's going to pretty much wipe my team. He's basically got the Wukong hit, but in extreme survivability. I'm going to go ahead and take off. So yeah, he's got the Wukong hit with survivability, and Wukong does not counter him, he counters Wukong. So I get Mipka. He's going to go Wukong first, and I will go Warlord and Sifi. He will go the Queen and King. So I will go Goffred and Ramontu. So I actually have 2 damagers here, and it looks like I have maybe all support. They're going to go Lysandra and Arbyce. So I'm going to go with Stultus, and I'm going to ban the Wukong. They're going to ban my Sifi, so I don't have revives. But I have all except Stultus in Stone Skin. See how this one goes. We get into it, and they will go first. They'll buff up, and Arbyce gets sheeped. So I'm able to put him on cooldown. Nice hit there with Ramontu. Do I want to buff or do I want to hit? I do the A1 on Narses, take out Narses. Now I buff up, which is always a risk, because if she comes off cooldown and brings back Narses, I can die. So I try to take her out, but I can't. Go again, and I get her taken out, and all that's left is Arbice, finish her off, and I'm done. So, did pretty well. Arbice fights are never fun, but if you have multiple AoE damage champions, you can do okay. They're going to go Shuzen first. This is Eval Man. And I will go Warlord Wukong. They'll go the Queen and King. I will go Goffred and Sifi. I don't like going the King and Queen before you know that they have something you need to counter. So they go Siegfrund and Nekret, and I'm going to ban the Siegfrund. I finish off with Ramon too, and they banned my Wukong. So they will lead off with Shuzen. Not a lot they can do because I have Stone Skin. They'll protect the Narcies, and I'll put them on cooldown, except Nekret resisted something. So I'll do a buff strip, do a stun. I want to get that Ancora out of there. And I take her out with the big hit from Ramon to heal up a little bit, shields, even though Narcies is in there. That's really risky. I should not have done that, probably. I need to be going for the Narcies, and I'm not doing it. I go for the Nekret. Narcies is buffed. He's going to go again. He doesn't have his A2 back, but I'm messing around here. I put him on cooldown again. I need to get this Narcies out of here, and there he's gone. So I took a big risk there. I get the win, and we'll get back into it. Taking a little while to get somebody this time. Aliza. And this one looks like a panda. They will go with Sifi, Shuzen, Georgid. I go with Warlord, Wukong, and then the Queen and King. And so this time I actually do go them without them having anything that counters, that I would counter. I finish off with Goffred. They go with Arbice. I'm going to ban her and leave the two big damagers along with the big boosters in there. And they're probably thinking, what? But realistically, they're just not going to get through me. Warlord goes, gets to put him on cooldown. I do the strip, attack, and counterattack killed, but then I can do the stun, and we're about done here. I just A1, finish off the Turvold with Ancora, and then Wukong comes back and does Staff of Wonder. So get back into it, and we will face Mint. So I'm at 3876 now. I was at 3815 at the beginning of the 2 days, and this is into day 2. So they'll pick Duchess first. I'm going to go Warlord Wukong. I wanted to go the King, but I didn't want to give up either of those. They'll go Rhodos +2 and Ultimate Death Knight, so I'll go the Queen and King. And here I'm looking, they're probably going to ban the King, but I think they end up banning the Warlord. So they're going to go Arbiter and Foley, and I'm going to go Goffred. There's no way they can ban the Goffred. I'm going to ban the Rhodos. He's the one that's going to cause me trouble. They're going to ban the Ancora, so I went with the right choice. Everybody was empowered except UDK. So we get started. They'll obviously go first. They have the Arbiter. They can't do anything to Wukong. Buff up again. Can't kill the Wukong. I put him on cooldown, strip him. Go for the stun. Actually, I buff up. Go for the big hit, even though, and then he'll just leave. Yeah, there was nothing he could do. So, pretty good on that win. And that was just Goffred again, his passive. Goffred's passive saving Wukong. They will go with, or this will be Maddox, and I will go with Wukong to start. Then they will pick, he's about 100 points below me. I'm really trying to push hard to get to gold 3. They'll go with a +4 Sifi and Ancora with no awakening. So I'm going to go the King because the King counters Ancora. I'm also going to go Warlord. But now who do I go? I guess I could go Duchess. I can go Duchess for my support. So they will go Crixia and a +2 Rhodos. I'll go Duchess and probably Goffred. Yeah, so Goffred first and then Duchess to finish. I will have to ban that Crixia no matter what they pick next. And they will likely ban the Narcies. They go with Siegfrund, who he is a monster right now since his buff. And they do ban the Narcies. So they'll buff up. I'll put him on cooldown, and Seifi did resist. So go for the sheep kill. So now it's a matter of trying to get Ancora killed before she can revive Seifi. I don't think she can reduce her own cooldowns. I'm going to strip block debuff, or block buff. But then also I have the issue of him, and I need to trigger his passive right now. Okay, there I go. So I got his passive triggered. He went for a big hit, and that did hurt. So he now is unleashed. He has his skills. Put him on cooldown again, though, so he's off of his skills. After Ancora had already revived Seifi. Buff up. And Staff of Wonder on Seifi, and take them all out except Rhodos. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but I got it. Beating a +4 Seifi and a +2 Rhodos there. That is the power that Narcies brings when he has to be banned. So I'm going to get King Stardust. This is my first of 2 fights against King Stardust. He'll go Seifi first. I'll go Warlord Wukong. So I'm about to get into the stretch where I lose 5 out of 6. I don't think it starts right now. I think I win this one. He's going to go the Queen and King. I will go Goffred. And Elva. I need to rebuild Elva right now. All I use her for is Dragon 10, and occasionally when she's usable on Amius. They're going to finish again another one of those Siegfrunds and Duchess +2. So I'm going to ban the Duchess, and they're going to ban the Warlord. I was thinking they wouldn't ban the Warlord, but they do. I do think I win this battle, but looking at it, it's a very nervous-looking battle. Seifi's going to buff up. Okay, I'm going to go for the strip. Then I'm going to go for some buffs. See if he can't do anything. Big hit from him. I need to trigger. Yeah, I triggered his passive, and he had block buffs. Oof, that was tough. But now I'm able to stun them. If I can just get Wukong back and kill him, and then he did because of the splash damage. I'm not sure how that works. The splash damage killed him, and he still shifted. It still shows the animation of shifting, metamorphing. So then I get Thunder. He'll go Wukong first. I will go Warlord and Seifi. Arbiter Crixia, so I have to ban the Crixia. When people leave my Warlord in there with this comp, I've been winning a lot. And a lot has to do with Goffred. So I put in UDK because he's my counter to Wukong. So then they go Siegfrund and Mikage. I try to go somebody who's good affinity to Mikage, but he's bad affinity to Siegfrund, and he doesn't have a lot of defense. Whenever I try to use King Kong Samson, I don't do very well. So they will ban the Seifi, and we'll see how this goes. They'll go first, and probably go for the strip. They do, but they don't strip anybody. So I did not trigger his passive, and then I get sheeped, but I'm able to put them on cooldown. King Kong's gone. Everybody's gone except for him, but I can't kill her. Wukong's back. That's the hard part, is I can't kill Lady Mikage. Now I can. I can kill Lady Mikage now. I don't have Seifi to sleep him like I have in the past. Goes for the big hit. It goes to UDK. Doesn't do anything. But it's a matter of time unless I can... And then triggers the passive again. UDK is gone now. And then Staff of Wonder kills me. So He is pretty tough. I might be better off just triggering him to revive and fighting through that. So then I get King Stardust again. I don't like rematches, because often I lose them. I'll go Wukong, they go Siphi and Kymar. I'll go Warlord and the King. See who they go with next. They will go Siegfrund, and they will go Yumiko. So now I'm in that position again. I guess I'll go Ancora, since I have the King. They'll finish off with Harima, and I'll ban the Yumiko. This being the rematch, I believe I lose this one. Siegfrund just gets out of control on me. And this time, I think they banned the Goffred. Yeah, they banned the Goffred this time. Cooldowns. Did get everybody. So I go for the block revive on Kymar. And then I believe I tried to do the A2 and it wasn't enough with the increased defense on Siegfrund. So Siegfrund's going to go. He should just have his A1 right now. He's going to go for Warlord. I feel like I'm in control, but kill the Siphi, trigger the passive on Siegfrund. I can't kill the Harima, and then he just has his splash damage attack and takes me out. So he is just a monster. Tiptoe around him, and sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. So I get Phasaji, and he goes Crixia first, so I know he's not going Warlord. I'll go Wukong and Siphi. He'll go Duchess, UDK, so I'm going to go the Queen and King. And he'll finish off with Rhonda, +2, and Rhodos. I'll ban the Crixia, and I have Goffred in there. And they will ban the Siphi. And I felt pretty good going into this battle. Look for... I go ahead and do the strip. I think UDK and Duchess are the ones that had polymorph, and I didn't get polymorphed. Go for the big hit. Didn't quite kill anybody. And if I could have just gotten off... And I did, actually, never mind. So I'm doing okay here. I sheep the UDK. They'll bring back the Rhodos. Take out the Rhonda, take out the Rhodos again, and he'll leave the battle. So I recover from the 2 straight losses and get a win. And I jump back into it, and I get JJ2. JJ2 will go first, and go Siphi. I'll go Warlord and Wukong. They will go Yumiko and Taurus, so I will go the Queen and King. They will go Rhodos and Arbiter. So I'm going to finish off with Goffred. They'll ban the Wukong. I'll ban the Yumiko. I'm actually kind of surprised they banned the Wukong and not the Narcies. Put them on cooldown. Try to take out the Rhodos, but can't quite do it. I really wanted to get that block revive on Rhodos, and Rhodos just goes off. So this one, I want to look at that again. Yeah, he got counterattack, 2 A1s, A3, and then A2, and then they finished off Mancora, and I was done. That was some real luck on the counterattack plus 2 extra turns on A1, so I took the loss there. That was just Warlord being Warlord. So I'll get Partang 3, and I think this is the first of 2 times I fight him. I'll go Wukong first, They're going to go Warlord and Narses. So, or not Warlord, they're going to go Taurus and Narses. They don't want Narses to counter his Taurus. So I'm going to go Warlord and Siphi. I've beaten that duo before, but if it's a better account, I might not have a good shot of it. So they're going to go Ancora and Pythion, and I will finish off with Staltus and Goffred. It's very limiting when they go with Narses, and I don't want to ban him. They'll go with UDK. I'll ban the Narses. And they ban my Warlord, so I'll buff up. Didn't really do anything with Wukong, because UDK's in there. Try for a hit with Goffred, but nothing going. Trigger the passive. Can't do anything with Staff of Wonder. That UDK really messed me up. Try for a good hit with Staltus. Staltus does hit hard. I'm missing defense percentage on his boots. If I could get that, although I've done it like 9 times, they'll take out my Siphi. I've tried 9 times and failed. So I'm able to get the Ancora out of there. They'll bring him back. And then Taurus will finish everyone off except him. Staltus. Wukong's back, but Taurus will take him out again. And they just got to work down my Staltus. Wukong's back again. Staff of Wonder one last time. Took out the UDK, but he'll be right back. And this one's done. Just a little too much for me here. So it's another loss. I think that's 4 out of 5 losses now. Jump back into it and get Skinalol. They'll go with Siphi and I'll go Warlord Wukong. They'll go Narses and Ancora. I will go Goffred. And my +4... No, I'm not going to go Staltus yet. I want to have my second damager be open. So I'm going to go Helicath, and I make a big mistake with Helicath. You could guess it probably has to do with his shields. They finish off with Yumiko and Harima, so I have to ban the Yumiko. And I finish off with Staltus, they'll ban my Warlord. So we both ban cooldowns. So we get going. I've got 2 in Stone Skin. Go for the strip. You only live once. Trigger the Goffred passive. That's not good. Go for the block damage. But see if he can sleep people at will. Buff up. Sheep on the Harima. And maybe I should have done the Siphi. Try and get some damage. And then if I could have gotten a hit with Staltus, I might have finished her off. That probably would have worked. She probably would have had the resistance to not get sheeped, and then I could have finished her off with Staltus. But we are really close right here. We're going to end up losing this fight. And there I did that, and he doesn't have it up because he just used it. He'll take out the Goffred. I really need him gone because he's going to cycle back around and he does it again. Because I think she reduced his cooldown there. So he had it again and finished me off. The shield AoE allowed me to kill Siphi and Harima at once, so it was kind of a smart play. So I have to wait the minute and I get Nubuan. I go Wukong, and we all pick pretty quickly. So I go the King and Queen, Goffred, Warlord. They go Block Revive with Siphi, Duchess, Arbiter, and Rhonda. So I'm going to ban the Siphi. They're going to ban the Narses. I don't want Siphi sleeping me is the issue. So Duchess is going to wait on her buff. I'm going to put him on cooldowns and Duchess takes it. And I think I had thought that Duchess resisted it. So counterattack kill the Foley. Go with the big hit there and stun the Arbiter. As long as I keep them from reviving and I get Staff of Wonder kill. So, nice win there. The Dawn Veto. So I think my losing streak is over for the day. they'll go Wukong first, and I'll go Warlord and Sifi. They'll go Arbiter and Rhodos. I will go Goffred and Ancora, but I want to pick Goffred last. So I'm going to go the Queen and King right now, but I want Goffred last. And actually, I can't go Goffred because he'd have to be a main damager. So I ended up going Ancora instead of Goffred, which sometimes I regret. I'll go the +4 Stultus and ban the Wukong, but that Trunda +2 is a little scary, especially with Duchess. She'll have endless increase attack. But I do have Warlords. They're going to buff up to start. Trunda doesn't do anything, and I put him on cooldown. Nobody resisted. Actually, both Trunda and Rhodos resisted, and so Rhodos was able to go off. He took out my Ancora, and that was through her reaction. So things are getting a little nerve-wracking, and all I got to do is take out this Duchess, though. Stultus is such a beast, though, if you're not force-picking Stultus. If you can pick him kind of organically, he is a beast. So I get back into it, and this should be my last fight of the 2-day period. I get Partang 3 again. I'll go Wukong. So hopefully I finish off on a winning note. He goes the King and Taurus. And the thing is, I couldn't remember how things went. Otherwise, I might have tried going with the King. I'm going to go Warlord and Sifi, so we're picking basically the same team almost. Except this time, instead of Pythion, he picks somebody else. And I don't know if that was the difference or not. It could have just been the RNG. So, Arbiter and UDK, he gets Arbiter instead of Pythion. I'll finish off with Stultus and Goffred. He goes Ancora. I will ban the same one, Narses, and he will ban Warlord. So we have basically the same team, but he has Arbiter instead of Pythion this time. So, big hit, and Stultus is dead. I'll bring him back, go for the strip. Buff up, because a stun's not going to help on Taurus. Got feared. Go ahead and buff up again. See if Staff of Wonder will do something, but he's resisted. Sifi's gone. Use Goffred's big hit. Use a A3 from Stultus. Stultus is almost gone. Use the A3 this time. I must use the A2 last time. But UDK is finally gone. Big hit, and just a little bit left on Goffred. Wukong's going to come back. He goes for the Wukong, triggers Goffred's passive and gets stunned, and then I use Staff of Wonder and can't kill him, but I bring him back with a stun. So I'm able to finish him off. So that was kind of lucky, actually, that I won the rematch. But hey, finished off winning 3 in a row, so feel good about that. So hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.